quick gas and go here. Still got the helmet on and everything. And yeah, back roads now all the way south to Bedford. After a quick gas and go, we were looking forward to the fun back roads as described by William Murphy and had a few attractions to check out too. While traveling with others is fun, sometimes their idea of a quick gas and go doesn't line up with your own. Even though we left all our gear on, someone wasn't ready to go when they said they were. There was a bit more town to get through and we found some road construction, but nothing too bad before getting to another stop suggested by the Motorcycling Across Indiana book. A monument to Chief Menominee, the leader of the Potawatomi tribe that once lived in the area. We took a quick break, checked out the area, though it was kind of out of the way for a tribute. I guess that's somewhat aligned with how the European ancestors treated the natives. We were glad to stop, but looking to stay on schedule, we headed back to the bikes to the next attraction, a motorcycle museum. Again, one of us was ready before the other. There was a fair amount of boring, straight road to get to the next stop, but it was nice to be off the interstate and a bit more relaxed. So the next stop, Kirsting's Motorcycle Museum, as described by William Murphy, is a must-see stop and one of the best-kept motorcycling secrets out there. One of the troubles with putting a bunch of points into the GPS and navigating to it is that I didn't have all of that level of detail with me at this time. So by now, even though I remember reading that a few months ago, now we were headed there and all I remembered was this museum was at a dealership. So I figured it was just a dealership that kept a few Harleys each year for the past 40 years, but not a real museum. So another hour or so on the road, some nice back roads. We stopped here at Kirsting's Motorcycle Museum, Harley dealership, Yamaha dealership, and they got this really giant art of Harley. We're gonna go in, check out the museum. Wow, they had everything. The sounded too good to be true was actually true. It was like we got a secret decoder ring out of the cereal box and it actually worked. We spent a lot of time there. So just spent an hour in the Kirsting's Motorcycle Museum. Probably could have spent another hour easily, but there's more riding to do. But Bill Murphy doesn't disappoint. Cool little find, more motorcycles than I've ever seen anywhere, different types, some I've never heard of. Really cool experience. If you're ever in the area, check it out. Got to meet Jim himself. He offered to take us on a tour. Sounded like he knows his stuff. I was a little happy somebody else came in and they got all of his attention because we had to get going soon.
I was looking for a 79 KZ 400. That is this guy.
Oh boy, never fail to disappoint in the try to embarrass people. Anyways, really cool place here. Been around same spot since 1962. Obviously grown over the years, but you should come check it out. Back on the road, our next stop was a railroad museum. But after spending a full hour in the motorcycle museum, we were looking to fast forward to lunch. and we had scouted a place called the Whistle Stop that sounded sort of like a railroad museum in itself, and it looked like it from the Google Map satellite image too. It was prime lunchtime, and inside this place showed it. It looked like there weren't many working types here, almost like it was God's waiting room. These people weren't in any hurry to move on to their next activity if they had any activities left. We decided to skip it, and out in the parking lot we researched a different place with the Google. Very close by and cheap, which fit us perfectly. On our way out of the parking lot, we took the long way around to check some of the exhibits. And just a quick hop down the road for a quick lunch. Thankfully, the service here was quick, although the staff seemed to not know what the menu was or how to enter it into the system. We got our food pretty quick, and it was pretty good. A few others came in, and we witnessed the staff again fumbling around, not being sure of what they were doing. It was kind of odd. It was kind of fun to be able to explain some of the oddities you notice. Kind of like you're Columbo, and there's just that, one more thing. As we were leaving, we saw a sign that showed they had just opened for the season the previous day. It all made sense now. So the Whistle Stop turned out to be a bit too busy for our liking. So we came down the road into Mannen, found the Viking. What does this say? Hot food in a hurry. It's true. In and out real quick. But GPS is now saying about 4:30 to get down there. We must have spent about closer to 2 hours at that motorcycle museum. But good place. We need to go back there. Anyways, we're getting back on the road here. Hopefully these trucks aren't going to be in our way. We're going to be lots of back roads again, so getting off the major back roads into real back roads again. And skirting around Indianapolis somehow. I don't know, I planned it out on the GPS already. Just follow the arrows. Here we go. Here we were between William Murphy routes, just picking roads that looked like they would get us from one to another. While we were a bit behind what we had anticipated as a schedule, we weren't ready to hightail and skip all the attractions, so we stopped at the Tippecanoe Memorial Site. I had been here a few months earlier, so I knew the area. I just used the restroom, and Dad took a full gear nap. There were more big back roads before getting to the more desirable back roads, and we had to follow some trailers and whatnot for a while. Our next gas stop was interesting. So another gas stop. Kind of planned on this one being a quick gas and go, but another GS pulled in, so Dad has to go talk to him. And I was wrong about the back roads. We were on major back roads and lots of traffic and a couple of bridges closed, so not making good time there. It's saying 5:30, got another 2 hours, so we'll probably stop one more time just for a rest. But see when we get on the road here. Might be a while. Again, I waited for Dad. This is starting to be like waiting for my kids who are 6 and 3. Come to think of it, this is probably full circle. Someday I look forward to causing my kids to plan a trip and then come along and make them wait longer than they were expecting. We finally got out of the gas station, and then not too far down the road we found some 1%ers with their back patches that were proud to show us their awesome acceleration. The roads kept getting smaller and smaller, and finally we were in the back roads we were looking for. We were off the beaten path for sure. I let Dad lead for a while. He has been here more often and is more familiar with the roads, so he took the front, and it was great to be out in the countryside. Then we came to the little bustling city of Bedford as our destination. Several of the guys from the GS community were already checked in and in the parking lot having a good time. We joined in as a great way to end a nice day of motorcycling.